Welcome to day 1852 of What Chip Channel. Use these glasses for Supersize Your Business to emphasize out of sight, out of mind, because you can't really see out of these very well. But they do remind us to be a light in the world, to create what it is that we want to see in the world. So today, talked about out of sight, out of mind, and Supersize Your Business for entrepreneurs. It's a business related, kind of a coaching site where I share an idiom every day. What does it mean, where does it come from, and how might you use it to build and grow and supersize your business? So out of sight, out of mind, talked about that. And I like that idiom, not just because I have almost no eyesight, but because it reminds me to mind my own business, pay attention to the things that are important to me in my business, and ignore the stuff that's none of my business. Realize that I cannot possibly see even a tiny bit of the universe, much less everything. So why would I think that I can control things that are out of my sight and that are out of my control? So out of sight, out of mind reminds me, out of your control, never mind, because I'm not going to be able to change or do something about things that I have no control over. Don't know about you, but I've yet to be able to control the weather, so I'm not going to spend any time or energy worrying about the weather. That's true of a lot of other things as well. And I know that if I stay in my lane, focus on the things that are important to me and a priority to me, I'm going to create the life and the business that I want. And that's the most important, best way I can contribute to making the world a better place, at least in my opinion. Our Get Your Goals annual challenge topic today is one of my personal favorites. So one of my favorites. After my sudden cardiac arrest in 2010, I actually wrote a book about a tool that I had been using. It's called a flip book. And everybody's got their own version of flip book, but I have mine. This is actually my favorite style of flip book. I found these at Target. I don't even know if they have them anymore, because when I found them and I liked them, I bought a whole bunch of them in different colors. And I think this is probably my last almost blank one. I started this one in 2020, and then I started doing the Get Up and Go challenge instead of focusing on my flip books and a tool that I personally needed, and because I wanted to help more people with the pandemic, not just myself. But flip books helped me get through my sudden cardiac arrest and helped me to learn to change the way I looked at things, and gave myself permission to look at things in a way that was good for me versus not good for me. So we talked about flip books today. I actually have a book on Amazon called Flip Books, and it's kind of a workbook, working book, where you read an excerpt every day or a page, and then you write on it. You think about it during the day and you write on it, what does it mean to you? And some of the things don't mean anything to you maybe, but they all meant something to me at the time I wrote it. I should probably go back and do it again. Maybe next year that's what our challenge will be, is to go through the flip book, because there's at least 365 pages and days worth of content there. But flip books I talked about, and then I also talked about what I call card carrying. There's all these decks of cards, and I find when I need to have an uplift, I usually will have one or two in my purse, in my pocket, in my coat pockets, in my briefcase, because if something happens that upsets me, or if I'm just looking for a little uplift in my mood, I can look at one of these cards. Or sometimes I create and I carry my own cards. If you can see, this is just an example of some of the ones I've used in the past. I would walk around with a 3x5 card, and maybe I'd have an inspirational quote or word or something on it. But for the most part, I used them to just feel better, right? And since we're dealing with and talking all about emotional well-being and emotional goals this month, I wanted to share those tools today. So that's it. I'm in grandma mode. I've got my grandma workout shirt on so I can chase after the grandbabies today. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, have a fantastic day, a fantastic weekend, and I'll of course see you tomorrow. Just letting you know what I'm doing as I originally transitioned from the brick and mortar corporate world of businesses to the online world. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.